Hey folks, it's Rod with the Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. It's Friday. Happy Friday, May 24th. Hope you're doing awesome. And I hope you have a great weekend ahead. In this video, we're going to do a quick update on MSOS ETF. We're going to take a look at key monthly support that is approaching, and we're going to be testing that to see whether or not bulls can defend that level and discussing whether or not now is the time to buy. But as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, and you should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. Also, full transparency, I do own MSOS in my MJ portfolio. And before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Speaking of future videos, I did post on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. SNDL and Nova MJ, they have the partnership there, and Value Buds, they're doing 20% off beverages every single game for the Oilers game until they get eliminated or win the cup. So you can get 20% off. That'll be tomorrow, the next Oilers game. I took advantage of that yesterday. Jumping right into the chart. So we had an hourly bear flag. We had a 4-hour bear flag. So it's been bear flag galore. I mentioned in the previous video that we have our high, low, very weak bounce, and it was a lower high. We were targeting 880 on the hourly time frame. We since exceeded that level. And then if you zoom out to the 4-hour time frame, you can see here that it was a very weak bounce on the 4-hour time frame, and we confirmed the 4-hour bear flag as well. And then you just take your measured move from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and it says we're targeting here about $8, and we did hit 810 as the low. So it's entirely possible that we flush down below $8. There's a lot of support in that $7 area, and we're very close to approaching 4-hour oversold as well. And I mentioned that hourly oversold would be a decent entry for a bounce, looking to play a quick flip off of the DEA news. This is the first time that we've been hourly oversold. We were very close here, and we saw a bounce of about 20%, and then we had another opportunity here with hourly oversold. And you could have entered here on this inside bar that broke bullish, and that would have been a trade opportunity just under 4%. But since we already had that 20% move off of hourly oversold with that lower wick, it wasn't as big of a bounce as we would have expected if this went straight to hourly oversold and we were crushed down in there below into the teens. We were below 20, and then at the moment 4-hour oversold. I wouldn't be too keen on playing 4-hour oversold. I'd probably wait for daily oversold at this point. And as of right now, we do have key monthly support that's upcoming here. So approaching 730 is key monthly support. Why is that key? Because that is the monthly time frame support that we need to maintain the uptrend. We have our low, high, higher low, and higher high. If we come down and lose that, then we lose the monthly uptrend. So that's going to be key to maintain that higher low and higher high pattern. If we come back down below that range, then the trend's flat again. We're not going to be in an uptrend. We're not going to be in a downtrend. So we have our low, high, higher low, and higher high. In the month of February, we confirmed the first ever monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross lining up as well. First time that's going to happen as well. But the first time we confirmed a monthly uptrend in the month of February. And I mentioned that we were quite a ways away before we see these monthly EMAs cross bullish. So generally when a bull cross is lining up, but they're this far away, you can usually expect some turbulence, because it's going to take a while before those to cross, we see those cross and see that follow through, right? So 730 is key support here in the short term, and then we have all the way down at 492. So one way you could play this is look to enter on a test of 730, and we do have a lot of support in that area. We did lose the 10-week moving average. We saw a bear cross on the stochastic and the MACD, so it's not looking too hot. We could see a flush of $8 in my opinion next week. Keep in mind, it's a long weekend, so the stock market will be closed in the U.S. on Monday. But we do have the 50 weekly there at 755 as well. And we also have the 200-day moving average at 787. So a lot of support there in that mid $7 area. And then that key monthly support at 730. So if you want to enter looking for a test of that support, what you could do is, and I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, this is a trade idea, right? If you're looking for an entry, you could potentially look for a swing and set your stop, even try to get it closer to 730, set your stop below 7. Try to, maybe scale in. You could scale in a little bit now, a little bit around 730, a little bit on a flush of $7, and then look to swing it to next price action resistance, which would be up at 1460. So as of right now, nothing really to look forward to. We have the comment period that's going to be going on until July 22nd. So there's not a whole lot of catalysts. We know Florida ballot and decision isn't going to be in for a few months as well. We're probably not going to see any updates with regards to rescheduling. Maybe we get some updates with regards to the NASDAQ uplisting. Can't see that really happening until Schedule 3, and then maybe banking. But a lot of industry experts are saying that it's more than likely going to be in the late part of this year, right? It's more than likely going to be in a lame duck session or somewhere around that, November into the end of the year after the election. So we'll see what happens, but obviously Schedule 3 enactment would speed up a lot of these issues, right? Uplisting and banking, etc. So as of right now, like I said, if you're looking for a swing opportunity, that would be a great opportunity playing off that 730 support. You can set your stop just below that. Like I said, there's a few different ways you can play it. You could scale in, or you could look to get it as close to 730 support as possible and then use a tight stop. But if you're looking for long-term entries, I don't think you can go wrong at these prices. And then, like I said, just make sure, if you're looking to enter, don't enter. You don't have to enter everything at one time, right? I see that all the time where people just lump sum, buy it all. You can stagger it. You can enter a little bit here, a little bit, if we drop another 10%, another third entry, if we drop another 10% from there, right? So you can stagger your entries. And then, like I said, look to swing that till about $15. But overall, I think, with crypto stealing the show, we had Ethereum get an approved spot ETF, and there's other cryptos that could be on the horizon here in the not too distant future that could see ETFs. We know that alt season is really starting to play out. We haven't hit full-fledged alt season yet. Why am I bringing this up? Because a lot of the people who trade crypto trade MJ. And just like in 2017, 2018, when crypto topped out, we expected MJ to absolutely soar, which it did, right? On Canadian reform and legalization. So if we start to see some reform in the US, it could be a similar type of scenario where, that money rotates at a big tech, crypto, and then goes into a bear market and then rotates in MJ, and MJ goes into a bull market. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And as of right now, I have more dollars in crypto than I do MJ, and I'm just looking for that alt season to rotate those profits into more beaten down MJ. But like I said, expecting more short-term pain here. On the daily time frame, like I said, watch for daily oversold coming up. It's brutal, I know. We've just been roller coaster ride, pump and dump, up and down. Thailand news that they're reversing course, and it's just not a great time right now. And excise tax in Canada, no reform there. I know it looks bleak, but it's usually when everybody thinks that we're down and out is when we need to expect a surprise. And like I said, leading into the summertime here, could be another month or so before we see anything really happen, and then leading into the end of July, mid-July, end of July, where we could potentially start to see things ramp up again. We know that Germany's looking to fast track Pillar 2, so we'll see if other people and countries in the U.S. start to kind of embrace reform, and then other states here in North America and in the U.S., whether or not we get any kind of individual state reform leading into the elections as well. It's going to be interesting to see. And as of right now, there's no end in sight. We just need to see crypto, in my opinion, see a long-term top. We need to see AI stocks, right? Those are busting. We need to see those enter a bear market, because those are the popularity at the moment, right? Those are the stocks that are hot, and MJ's not. So we just need to accept it for what it is. That's why it's important to be diversified, not just within MJ, but outside of MJ as well, and having dry powder, cash on the side. Keeping your emotions in check as well. That's a very important part of it, and not staring at the chart all day, right? If you're somebody like me who's just buying low and waiting, I've got a multi kind of year plan, and I've got a long-term no-touch portfolio. I'm going to be holding that until the U.S. legalizes at the federal level. I don't care if it's 3, 5, 10 years from now. And then I've got a shorter-term account where I'll take profit at certain price targets, right? And then I've got my my day trades and my swing trade and my Moomoo platform, where those are very, very short-term. And I'd be selling those on any kind of 100% move from here. So everybody's situation is different. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this, if you expected this sell-off in terms of Schedule 3. Again, it hasn't happened yet. We're going through the official process. I'm almost 100% confident that it's going to be either Schedule 3 enactment, or we could potentially see a surprise and see descheduling. I was thinking that descheduling odds and probabilities were increasing, but as of right now, with Biden coming out in Schedule 3 and they're already going through the comment period, it very well could happen that we just get Schedule 3 enactment at some point before the elections or shortly thereafter. And then ultimately over the course of the next couple of years, get full-blown descheduling and effectively legalize it that way. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Going to be interesting to see whether or not that monthly support holds. And like I said, could be a nice trade opportunity, massive trade opportunity, playing off of that key monthly support and looking to swing it for 50, 100%. So if you're willing to risk 10, 15%, great risk to reward opportunity. All right, happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend ahead. As I mentioned, it's Rod with Powell Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video.